Okay, welcome to RPPR Patreon's Living Ptolus campaign. This is our character creation session. We're going to be just spitballing some character ideas, get some companies rolled up. So first things first, has anyone not had a chance to look over the supplemental document I shared with everyone who emailed me?
Nope, I read it.
I think everyone in the chat has at least glanced and gone over
Okay.
it in some
Ptolus is
capacity.
too weird to ignore that primer.
I really enjoy how weird it is.
You're not going to
Well,
get
like a
by on
lived-in
standard
fantasy
fantasy
world?
assumption.
I wasn't talking about the primer for the city. I was talking about
The
primer,
three-page.
how I want to structure this campaign to make it work.
Living Ptolus intro?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I read that.
I've read that.
Indeed.
Okay. Does that feel? Do you guys feel like that's something that you are willing to work with? I mean, obviously you
Of
are
course.
Yeah.
attended. So, just in general, let's talk about characters, making sure that I'm going to be as kind as possible when we're setting up a group, and if we don't have the standard fighter, cleric, rogue scenario, then I will tailor the adventure to meet the needs of the party.
Everyone playing the bard.
Yeah, everyone plays bards, and nothing ever gets done.
Yay.
It's going to be Gallivant, the RPPR version.
We
It's
are going to turn
be
Ptolus into Nashville.
Ptolus School Musical.
If you guys end up playing all bards, then I don't know if I can get David out of this campaign, guys. I don't think I can.
David's a paying patron. He deserves to play if he wants.
Well, he's already asked if he could, but I'm guessing he did not realize it was going on, or he had other plans or whatever.
Ah.
Anyhow,
Is Valentine's Day over there in the past?
Yes.
it is. We did our Valentine's things by seeing Deadpool. Haha, I've just dated it, but that's not much of a problem for the Patreon games. Oh.
I mean, we're broadcasting live.
Yeah. So, you guys also had a chance to look over the primer, the Player's Handbook primer, which I looked at it again, and it's inferior to the one that's in the big book, honestly.
Oh, okay.
It generally is.
Terribly so.
I don't own the big book, I'm sorry.
No, it's my bad, because I thought it was the same 30-some pages, just put into a smaller booklet, but apparently it's not. Or at least not good enough. So, first off, let's get around everyone's character idea that they're wanting to roll with, and kind of what that character's goals in the campaign will be.
Sounds good.
So let's just go in alphabetical order, since that's Google Hangouts has this nice and has everyone nice and sorted that way. Greg, go up first.
God damn it. Okay. I usually planned a couple of different character concepts because I know some people like to play different roles, and you don't want to have all bards, no cleric or anything like that. The one that I've started with that I like the most is a dragonborn sorcerer.
Okay.
My concept was he would be working for the Brotherhood of Redemption.
Very nice.
So he just ended up in Ptolus while trying to find a place in the world, and just came across the Brotherhood of Redemption and liked what they were doing.
Okay. So you like preying at monstrous humanoids until they decide to be good.
Yeah, well, it worked for this orc guy, apparently.
Pray the monster away.
Yep.
Oh, God. Not like that. Although I guess like that. But no, that was a concept. I had a couple of different other concepts if there's too many spellcasters, but we'll start with that.
Yeah, like I said, if that's where it ends up going, then we'll find ways to work around it.
Sounds good.
I'm familiar enough with D20 that I think I can do it, and if not, then it'll be dinner party-esque style adventures, and that's almost just as challenging for sorcerers. So,
Fair enough.
So next up, Jeb.
Yo, I've got a couple. I'm thinking of either doing like a dwarven cleric of some kind, or perhaps an elven druid. That's really about as far as I've gotten, because I've been doing family stuff until now.
Okay. So Matthew.
Um, my first idea was for I believe it was the Shadow Hand Monk, just basically acting as like a broker of information.
Okay.
Either working for the Longfinger Thieves Guild or the Killraven Syndicate.
Okay.
Basically just break into people's homes and steal letters and stuff and blackmail them for money and other
Okay.
goods and services. And the other one I was thinking of was more academically minded character looking to join the Inverted Pyramid. Either cleric or wizard were my choices. I'm still sort of hashing out that one.
If you were a cleric, you'd probably want to pick up a deity that's associated with magic. Otherwise, the Inverted Pyramid would be like WTF, arcane only place. But I think a cleric devoted to the study of magic or a god of magic would be close enough. So, Ray?
Sorry, my microphone was muted. Yes. So I haven't really chosen a class or anything yet. I've been more focused on like what kind of company and stuff like that I'd be interested in joining, and then finding a class to fit that later.
Okay.
So I was when I saw that there are guns in the setting, I thought that it would be interesting to play some kind of someone that's a gunsmith or connected to that as a thing and is looking for new ways to build firearms and stuff like that, trying to bring the firearms back as a technology, starting to produce them again.
There is an organization that does that. I'm trying to remember who they are.
And if not that, then some kind of like salt of the earth, want to uplift my people kind of mob boss.
Okay.
Ooh, the best kind of mob boss.
So from the I think the slums district, I can't remember, the Warrens. It's called the Warrens, I think.
Sounds right.
Yeah, so somebody from there could work for that. Who's like, I want this to not be a horrible shithole anymore.
Weird.
Yeah, the Warrens.
Kind of like a Wilson Fisk without eventually deciding, fuck it, we're doing a crime.
Yeah, indeed.
A Fisk without, Fisk.
A heroic Fisk. Fisk
There
as
you
he
go.
sees himself.
Instead of
you go.
Wilson Fisk, it's like John Goodman.
John Goodman playing Wilson Fisk. I would
Yeah.
probably like that better.
Yes.
I hate nihilists.
So I'm not sure which one of those would fit more, and I was having trouble finding classes to fit them. So like if I was going to go the gunsmith, I said earlier I'm more familiar with Pathfinder. I was hoping there'd be like a Zen archer monk, because then I could have been like, I am the martial artist of using the gun.
Gun
So,
cause.
But well, I wasn't even going that. I was more thinking like the way that the samurai approached the use of the gun, and how even though it was still like a lot of them saw it as distasteful, there were still those that approached it as, I'm gonna fucking get as good at this as I am at using a sword. I'm gonna have a ritual to how I use it, stuff like that.
It's actually kind of nice.
But there's not a Zen archer. You could probably maybe do it as a fighter, possibly. But
Yeah, fighter could work.
But yeah, so I'm interested to hear what other people have, and then I'll pick one of those two organizations, and then that'll inform my character.
Okay. Oh yeah, the technology guild that's trying to bring back firearms and such, they're called the Shul. Shuul. I don't know if they were in your guys' books or not.
Yes. It's on page 14, or 15.
Cool.
Alright,
That
so
is, it mentions it.
Sam, you're up next.
Character concept, because that is me, is a self-starting businessman who is going to regain the lost glory of the Longfingers Guild by taking our operations and making a lateral move into a more profitable and less competitive market.
And what market is this?
Gambling.
Okay.
With beer and hookers.
I mean,
No.
probably.
Beer, yes. Hookers, no. There's
Just
a
hookers?
way to legitimize an operation like this without attracting the attention of the law via our less than legal methods. There's a way to take people's money from them that is entirely within the law. They'll even protect you for it. It's a concept I've heard that they practice in forward countries, even though I am, of course, a Ptolus native and have never left in my life. We can still bring the best foreign ideas into our city so we can bring our city forward by the hard work of other people.
Daily
Have
fantasy
any
sports.
of you heard of the concept of a casino?
Wow.
Ah, yes, that's one of those large crab-type walker things, right?
Yes. I have heard of them. They feast on gazebos.
You exposed a weak point for massive damage.
Oh boy.
Like that, but we all get paid for it.
Wow. That's pretty great. All right. Next up, Terry.
Concept-wise, I was thinking of the noble background and being like the 6th or 7th son of a not very wealthy noble house, and just kind of like, you know what, screw off, don't worry about me, I'll be over here. I'm gonna make up money over here. God, I need money.
Okay.
These clothes will not pay for themselves. Well, ideally they would. But class-wise, I'm flexible. Like, my preference would be wizard, but I could do cleric, bard, whatever.
Okay. And Vince.
Hi. So, about as far as I got was someone who has, like, local city-state aspirations. So, someone who wants to see Ptolus, like, not as a member of the Empire, because the Empire is basically dying. And let's cut ourselves from that rotten corpse. But I'm not really clear on what class or background makes the most sense for that. I mean, that'd be kind of a social-ish character, so probably something with, like...
Barbarian.
Yeah, barbarians is totally no. So, I mean, that's kind of where I am, head-wise, in terms of, like, what sort of character they are, but I don't know what their actual, like, character classes are. Or species.
Well, in terms of species, Ptolus itself is a rather forgiving city. Like, the Empire at large might be a little more human-centric, but Ptolus is... There's just been too much weird shit going on in its history for them to hate someone just because they look different.
Cosmopolitan?
Yeah. I read the player's guide, so I already have that, but, like, I kind of want this character to be, like, you know, down with the bureaucracy and the nobility, let's just rule ourselves for ourselves.
So you could
Marxist
be...
Revolution campaign?
Yes! Sorta. Not really. Who knows?
So yeah, that might be something you just can kind of shake up on your own and just do we can govern ourselves, we don't need the Empire. Like, even the Commissar tradition, even though installed by the Empire, lets the city run itself as long as it doesn't conflict with the Empire's interests. That's pretty much the long and short of my interpretation of him being in charge. Lizard folk,
Yeah.
really, Ray?
Yo, them lizards.
They are in the book.
Yeah, it's true.
And so are lion people.
Yeah.
I know, right? I couldn't find a. You could probably do lizard folk using the Dragonborn rules.
Yeah,
that was my thought.
Yeah, hashtag reptilian conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy if I'm open about it.
The Reptiloids.
I was saying before we went live, if I had any familiarity with the New World, I'd see if I could be a Gripply. But I have no familiarity with the New World, so I won't do that.
To effectively be a Gripply, you have to be wise but naive.
Right.
So you have to find. It's a very hard. As
It's
playing
a hard roleplay.
Yeah, it's hard to have amazing
I'm
insight,
disappointed.
but just believe everyone at face value.
I took a Gripply from level 1 to level 20 in 3.5 once. That was interesting.
My hat's off to you, sir.
It was a really weird college game. We fought characters from like the Kingdom of Loathing. Like weird. Like stick figure people wielding hams.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was a strange session.
Okay, so all those concepts work well for me. There's plenty of things to do with that. So to do that, we're going to play around with one roll company rules that that was put out in supplement for Rain. Just kind of give you guys an idea of where you're starting out at with your company and your goals. So, so who wants to go first, and who wants to kind of establish their company?
I don't know how to start this.
We could just go alphabetical and I could start again.
Okay, that works. I was just like, I just need someone to...
I'll be the victim.
Okay.
That should give me just enough time to think which one I'm going to go.
Sacrifice. Alrighty.
Okay.
So like I said, I was thinking of doing the Brotherhood of Redemption. Do I need a specific company, or would that just be a group I work with? Or...
It would be kind of what your influence with. It would represent your influence within the Brotherhood of Redemption. That's kind of how I was thinking. Is like who you know inside or outside that, or people that know you that would support you in your efforts to further the cause of the Brotherhood.
Okay. Are these rules in the common files you left out for us?
They should have been. Are they not?
You gave us the org sheet.
Okay.
I don't think you gave us the explicit rules for rolling a company.
Hence my hesitation.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not in the book that we give out, I think.
Okay.
Looking through it right now. Nope.
Yeah.
Goes from firearms technology to the sheet. That's about it.
Okay. Going to let me add upload.
Email. Hot Google Hangouts action.
Right?
It's really, really good. This is doing it for me.
No.
Listen to that heavy breathing.
No, it's like in
this stuff
our Red
out.
Markets campaigns where I'm frantically looking through Caleb's writing. It's like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?
Everything.
Jinx. All right.
I own your company now.
No.
Yeah. So, how's things in Springfield, Dan?
Things are going pretty great. Dresden took another 2-week hiatus.
How many sessions have you played so far?
Yes.
That's the answer.
That's a question for Ross once he actually gets all the files.
Okay, so it just dropped in.
There it is. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you just dropped the rain rules in?
Yeah, okay.
Where
roll
are
company.
they?
It says one roll companion. It's the.
Oh, they're in the common files, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you put them in the chat for some reason. I was like, that's not a thing.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we go about doing this?
Roll 5d10 and follow the charts.
Okay. So let me open up Dice Stream.
Yeah, Dice Stream should still work, even if you don't have your webcam on. It's just no one else will be able to see it.
Right. Okay. So I rolled a 4, an 8, a 2, a 1, and an 8.
Said 5d10s.
5
Yeah.
D10.
All right, so it goes by sets. So what matches do you have?
I have 2 8s.
2 by 8. Well, you have access to high quality smithing.
That's nice.
So it gives you
+1
plus 1.
territory.
Yep.
Okay.
Are these things going under assets, or?
Well, it kind of gives you your starting positions in terms of what your starting stats for your organization are and any assets that you might have to begin with.
I see.
So it's just a random way to kind of get it set up.
Okay, so I added that to territories.
Okay. So any other sets or the rest of them loose?
Rest of them are loose.
All right, and what are your numbers?
4, 2, and 1.
Okay, with the 1 you have access to an oracle.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So +1 influence. And that's all it does for you.
Right.
And then the next one was 2? Or
Yep, 2 and 4 are my remainder. So advantageous marriage.
So someone that you know recently made a high-profile and popular marriage with someone involved in another company. So these two companies have not quite joined, but now they're close enough to peer in each other's windows. So you have an entangling alliance asset. So you can we can establish that relationship later as it becomes convenient.
Interesting.
So.
And last is exotic crop.
Yep. So what access to time-sensitive herb, product, or resource are you passing around in the city?
Oh God! If I'm the religious one, I doubt it's going to be it's going to be weed.
It could be. It could be a
But it
rock.
helps you commune with your god.
Incense, obviously.
Yeah, probably like some sort of incense or other religious herb of some sort, I suppose.
Okay.
Peyote.
Not that.
It'll work for my druid.
Who's playing a druid?
Me.
Cool.
Haven't set on the race yet.
Okay.
Oops, I'm like at 6. Okay. Do I make any other rolls, or am I done?
You are done. Everyone gets 1 point of sovereignty for free. So go ahead and give yourself sovereignty.
Okay, that would go in permanent.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just so you have 1 territory, 1 sovereignty right now,
All
with
right.
some assets.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Who wants to be next? Or Jed, you're next. Haha.
Yay! Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I got 2 3s.
Okay. 2 by 3 fertile foothills. So controlling hills within the city doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, if you wanted to do the Dwarven Cleric, you might control a decent chunk of Dwarven
Mushroom
territory
farms.
underneath the city.
Okay, what about for druids? I
Uh,
think one guy wouldn't play a cleric, so I figured I'd go with druid.
Okay. Um,
I was also thinking basically being like an offshoot of the what are they called? The Viridian
yeah. So
So-
it could just be some place where you are
forest.
from, and so that just gives you some access to things you can call on some things outside of the city.
Okay. That'll be able, so it'd be influence or
+1 treasure in the asset Civic Theater.
so. Treasure.
So you're using it to fund public art, apparently. So,
Ooh, that's cool.
Theater. All right.
which would make sense if you're nature oriented. You're probably on the Druid agenda of making the city more nature friendly, which means build more parks.
Yes. All
Can I
the
find so
bopper
much
larps.
literature for you, like in real life.
Okay, that's the only match set I have.
Right.
Then I have a 5, an 8, and a 10.
5. You also have murderous thugs with no moral center.
Is that an asset?
Yeah, asset sinister operatives.
Oh god. Oh, I have PETA.
Yes.
Oh wait, what? Alright. Then 8 and a 10.
8. So you also have access to coastal resources, so +1 territory. And 10, culture of inquisitiveness. The people in your company tend to be curious, intellectually spry, and sometimes actually quite nosy. Always interested in learning new skills, hearing tales of distant lands, so you have a small horizon asset.
Okay.
And so you get your free point in sovereignty.
Okay.
Okay. Matthew?
Alright, I rolled a 7, a 5, a 2, an 8, and a 9. So all mine are loose.
Alright. So you also have advantageous marriage.
Uh-oh.
And you said 7, so splendid roads to market. So you have access to, you essentially have access to trade routes that merchants will
Okay.
cooperate with you on, which gives you +1 territory. And you had, what were your other 3 numbers?
A 5.
Okay. You also have
Wow.
murderous thugs with no moral center.
Yay!
Murderous thugs for everyone.
So sinister operatives.
Look under your chair. There are murderous thugs.
The last 2 were an 8 and a 9.
Okay, you also have coast, so +1 territory. So hooray for being the first one with 2 in a stat. And then the charismatic elite. So there's an upper class within your company, whether they're formally recognized or just acknowledged through unspoken respect. Furthermore, they're not followed grudgingly out of fear, but they're accorded genuine appreciation and admiration. So your company has the mass appeal asset. So when you're acting, people like you. So huzzah for that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Ray, what you got?
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with the criminal who wants to lift up his hometown,
Okay.
Dealio. So there's the app that I'm looking for. I'm gonna roll. It's 5 die.
Yep.
Right. I got 2 9s.
2 9s.
Expectation of piety.
Yep.
What?
Da-da.
Religious organization?
What? I'm sorry. What did I get?
Expectation of piety.
So what? I think that it is the righteous path.
To steal. Duh.
Well, no, you're wanting to lift up your community. You're a pastor. You're trying
You
to.
are old school Catholic mafia.
Oh man, I could play a cleric. Ah!
No.
Yes!
Paladin.
The cleric of
Oh
fire.
no,
Paladin.
yes! A paladin!
Worship my God or I'll punch you.
Yes, I'm gonna play a Catholic paladin. Like an Irish Catholic paladin. It's gonna be like Gangs of New York. I am
Jesus
Liam
Christ.
Neeson.
You're Father Anderson from Helsing.
I'm gonna be Liam Neeson.
What?
No, you'll be
Boomrock
Monsignor
Saints?
Killjoy. Bombs everywhere.
Yes. Okay.
We're doomed.
So you have an additional sovereignty, and you pick a rival faith as the focus for the asset classic enemy. So
Scientology.
Okay.
So when you get a chance, we can establish probably what faith
Right,
you're.
so I have two
Yeah.
sovereignty rather than one.
Yes. So that's your match. What were your other 3 dice?
My other 3, and I'll put this in descending order. I'm pretty sure the next one was an 8.
So +1 territory for coast.
Why? What is with all this coast business?
Hey,
It's Ptolus on the ocean.
It's a
Yeah.
port city.
it is a port city,
I
so
know.
all you guys are washing up on the docks with all these resources and aspirations to change the city. So it's great. It's fine.
Do we wash up together?
I just shipped in
Work for
from
the New World.
Ireland. So my territory will be at 1 then, because it's only our sovereignty that starts at 1, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And then the next number is a 3.
Loan operation. So you and your community are loaning money out to people, and the interest of those loans gives you +1 treasure.
But how?
You're a mafia guy. You get loan sharking.
You're a
But I am
religious
from.
mafia.
I might have to change the district I'm from.
Are you kidding?
I
Poor
might have to
districts are
change-
rife with that kind of thing.
No. I just don't understand where I'm getting the initial capital to be loaning shit out. But whatever.
Well, that's just it. Is that you don't have any assets outside of the loans.
Divine protection money.
There you go.
Okay.
I heard
and then,
you guys aren't tithing enough. You're not tithing enough, so we can't protect you.
It'd be a shame
And
if
then I
lightning
got
were
a
to strike
2.
your house.
It would be a shame if all of your children would be born ugly because of your lack of faith.
So what was the
2.
last one? Also
2.
an advantageous marriage. So
Man, we were just marrying the shit out of each
yeah.
other.
Well, you
Fatal
know,
three-way.
I guess I'll have to pick somebody from the elite to be married to, from the nobles.
there you go.
Holy shit. It occurs to me that I had a gang in my Fantasy World of Darkness game just like this.
We were all married to each other.
No, there was a guy, there was an enemy faction, and from these like Roman style gangs, and he had killed off all the other gang members, and to the nobles of the city, the way that they stopped him from like taking over the city is they married him off to like a lesser princess. Like one that would never get the throne. And it's like, he literally killed his way to the top. Are you insane?
I really
He
hope
will
someone
kill
rolls a
everyone
6.
else in the family.
I really want someone to roll a 6. That just sounds amazing.
No, I want 6 as well.
What do the bonuses go to for the advantageous marriage? Sorry? Influence?
Entangling alliance asset.
Oh, okay. Tangling. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but your loan operation gives you +1 treasure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what Sam gets.
Was entirely loose dice, so befitting the theme of the current state of the Longfingers Guild, we have very, very little in terms of company assets, but we've got a lot of useful connections.
Okay.
So my numbers were 1 Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
3, loan operation, because we spent a lot of time stealing money. When you steal a bunch of money and then bigger operations come in and they cut your hands off for taking the money that they want to steal, what do? Well, you take your pile of money and you turn it into a payday loan company, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, +1 treasure, and then, yet again, 5, murderous thugs with no moral center. A lot of those running around Ptolus today.
We're on
It's
the
an
docks.
economic recession.
Are you sure we're not an Ankh-Morpork?
Oh.
And you guys are going to be happy. 6.
Yes!
Yay!
But scrappy officer who will take charge when all seems doomed and save the day only to lose his life in the process.
You get a red shirt.
I get a... It's not a red shirt. It's more like a secondary character who dies in the middle of Act 2 for the dark moment. They're
Yeah,
not...
You get a Carmine.
They're not disposable in a useless way.
Right. He's an Agent Coulson kind of.
Yeah.
He'll get a spin-off series when he's raised.
Yay.
Once you can afford the resurrection cost.
All right.
And then 7, splendid roads to market.
Makes sense.
My company has 1 influence, 1 treasure, and 1 territory. We have
And 1
0 might and 0 sovereignty.
Everyone gets a point of sovereignty for free. If sovereignty hits 0, your company dissolves.
Ah.
We are the bare minimum.
Hey,
A treasure, a territory, a sovereignty, and all these assets. Lovely.
everyone's got to start somewhere.
I really should go into casinos at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It seems like I should be starting a bank.
Well, casinos and banks aren't that far off for the
That's
mafia.
true.
Yeah, especially for the point in pseudo history that Ptolus exists. So, all right, Terry, you're up.
I got double 6s.
Okay.
Something different.
Ooh.
Mm.
Broad appreciation for that.
There you go.
What's that?
The people in your company, for no good, official, or intended reason, have an unusually refined grasp of tactics. Maybe a fondness for board games?
Oh no, you fucking nerds.
Plus, so you get +1 might and the rules of plunder as an asset.
Right. Well, at rest we're loose. 8, 7, 10.
So splendid roads to market. So +1 territory. Coast, +1 territory. And culture of inquisitiveness. So yeah, not only are they board game nerds, but they're curious, intellectually spry, and sometimes actually quite nosy. And so...
So what you're saying is they're rules lawyers.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh
your
no.
So your company has a small...
They're a bridge club.
So yeah, small horizon asset. So
Very
hey,
nice.
you got a lot of might. You got some might, and you got a decent amount of territory to start. So hey, good job.
Very nice.
And Vince, you're up.
Oh hey, this is 5d10s you said?
Mm-hmm.
You want this in Dice Stream?
Don't have to make it in Dice Stream. I'm not seeing it show up in chat or Dice Stream, so it's
Okay, I have no sets.
okay.
I've got the first is a 10.
So small horizon asset.
Okay, Small Horizon. What does that do?
I don't have the rain book in front of me, so I don't recall the exact details.
Let me pull it. Let me pull it. Oh wait, I don't have it either. Never mind. I can't pull anything. I've never had the rain book. I just have this sheet. This is the way it's gonna go, guys. I'm kind of a dork.
It seems like everyone knows everyone else and knows their business. Your company, your company might be a claustrophobic small town. When rolling sovereignty plus treasure to improve influence, the difficulty is always reduced by 1. So
Okay, so when I'm bribing
you've
someone,
got connections. You got your fingers in pies and your ears to the ground. So it's easier for you to improve your influence.
Yep.
okay. The next one is a 7.
Splendid roads to market. Gosh, you guys are a bunch of tradey MFers. So, +1 territory.
We also like to have beachfront property, apparently.
I
Apparently.
mean, who doesn't?
Sounds like this campaign's starting in the docks. I don't know about you guys.
Sounds like this
Yeah,
campaign
it is.
starting with like flipping houses.
We buy ugly houses.
In the Underdark.
Next one's a 6.
Yeah.
You also have an Agent Coulson. So you have the asset Unexpected Deliverance.
Put red shirt in name. Okay. I have a 3.
Loan operation.
What?
Are we all just loaning to each other? And then
I think
people
that's
like,
fair.
what's
What
happening?
is that? 1+1 treasury?
Yeah. And so, yeah, you guys are going to be responsible for the financial collapse of the city, apparently, because you're all just
Jesus
loaning.
Christ.
Such loan shark.
Please
Your
tell
loan-
me your last number's a 2.
My last number is not a 2.
It's a 1.
It's not a 1 either.
Oh.
It's a 5.
Murderous thugs with no moral center.
I wish I got murderous thugs with no moral center.
What?
Me too.
What are we? Are we 60s Las Vegas?
We are.
Oh,
There's
God.
nothing in
God,
this
I
city
love that
but
show.
money and knives.
Or what is that?
It's chitons for you, Mickey. Chitons.
Murderous thugs is +1 might, or what?
No, it's
Sinister Operatives asset.
What does that do?
stuff.
Sinister things
Okay.
on an operational level.
Sure. That's a thing. Okay.
Better call Saul.
Oh, this is like 20s Chicago.
I don't see how this is bad, honestly.
It's not.
Okay, so
You didn't live in 20 Chicago.
so my random ass political party, I'm assuming this is a political party, has
Yeah.
sinister operatives, a loan sharking operation, and inexplicably roadfront property.
No, that all adds up.
Yeah, you're
You're the machine.
Oh god. No.
you're a political boss. You're telling people how to vote.
Wait, if this is 1920 Chicago, he could pull the Red Tower from No Security into this.
Yes.
He'd be fighting pigmen.
I'm calling them
So
the
this
People's
is not going to be a high fantasy campaign here.
No, this sounds like it's going to be urban intrigue all over the place.
Yo, I'm calling them the People's Republic of Ptolus.
I guess I'm
This
watching
is-
House of Cards.
This is Dirty World in a different run roll game.
I'm gonna keep looking at the
This-
camera and speaking in a southern accent.
Yeah, so that's what the campaign's going to be outside of the sessions. It's going to be like, all right, we're going to go in this dungeon and loot this treasure to make this one person happy. But once we're all back in town, fuck you.
It's like if Frank Underwood were inexplicably also a murder hobo.
I am predicting that the longer this campaign goes, the more and more recorded game time is going to be devoted to our interpolitical money and murder operations, and less time is going to be focused on killing things and taking their stuff.
That's fine.
That's
as
their-
long as
their
I can-
way.
As long as I can use your organizations to rise to the top. I mean, a rising tide lifts all ships, except the ones I willfully sink.
We are the rungs on a bootstrap ladder.
It's for the kids!
Yes.
Okay. So, in addition to all of that, now that you've got your companies set up, go ahead and give yourself 2 more points to spend across any of your other company stats on the company sheet.
Could you give like a quick rundown of what each of the 5 are supposed to do?
Yes.
If you could.
Yep. Let me pull that up and make sure I'm doing it right.
Sure thing.
Managing PDFs is hard.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
I feel your
I'll
pain.
probably have to leave in a minute because I have another game to record.
Jesus.
Oh no.
But I don't need to leave until like right on the hour.
For future reference, if we could do this on... Oh wait, this is a Sunday. This is perfect. Never mind. We could do this on Sundays. That'd be wonderful.
Oh wait.
We can do that off camera.
You...
I can go as long as I feel like. I'm snowed in. I'm calling into work tomorrow. I ain't driving trucks in this weather.
Reading.
So we get, you go what, 2 extra points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we picked up a new guy.
Sean the non-believer.
Sean.
I've been shunned.
You have been. Shame on you.
Just in time as I'm about to leave.
Oh.
He's secretly Ray. Joseph is secretly Ray. He's also in Perth.
Have you? I'm not in Perth. Perth is on the other side of 3 deserts.
Oh, not just 1. 3.
No.
Huh.
Ray, I have a feeling I'm going to continually mistake you for being in Perth. Just warning you.
It's gonna be our running gag.
I wish I lived it. Actually, no, I don't. Perth is horrible.
Hi, Joseph. Welcome to Guns, Gold, and Steel, the Ptolus story.
Yeah, basically.
Thanks to random rolling, we've all
We're all
found out that we like money, we like murder, and we like beachfront property.
Yeah.
all of our underlings are murderous sociopaths.
There ain't a lawful good character among the whole group at this point.
Chaotic neutral for the win.
I'm still relatively clean for the moment. It depends on who my...
I certainly don't see anything on the 5th edition Paladin character sheet that says I have to be lawful good.
It's just recommended.
I don't even see the word good mentioned at all. I see evil mentioned.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to make it, so I made up my character ahead of time and sent it out to Dan. So I'm going to be a little out of step.
We've just been making our company and all
What's
that
your
fun stuff.
character?
I have I've wrote up a sorcerer, human sorcerer, because I'm lame. And also because I don't feel like keeping track of what spells I have prepared, so I was just like, just go with the sorcerer, thanks.
Nothing
So
wrong.
we have 1 sorcerer, 1 druid, 1 paladin, 1 cleric?
At least 1. Maybe 2. This is a magic-heavy group. It's a magic-heavy
It's
game.
all just going to turn into gunplay backstabs.
And I am probably playing a rogue, but this is 5th edition. Everyone except Warlock and Barbarian gets a spell chart.
Yep.
Why doesn't the Warlock get spells?
They have invocations.
Yeah, they have
they're
a whole special thing.
The Ranger gets spells.
All right. So very quick rundown on the 5 attributes of a company. Influence is just kind of like political status, popularity, and things that your company can do, an abstraction of things that your company can do to influence outside of itself. Might is straight up military or muscle that you can call to get things done. When an ass needs a good kicking, your might is what does it. Sovereignty is how your company feels about itself. Is a very simple explanation for it. Essentially, that sovereignty is how much the company is willing to stay a company, how much they believe in the mission statement of your company and what you're trying to do, and how fanatic they are to its leadership. Territory is
Property, yeah?
yeah, property.
Size.
Yeah, property and size, just how much of physical space it can take up. And then treasure is just the abstraction of how much wealth you have available.
That makes sense.
Now, is there like a sheet we can look at that lists all the assets and what they do, or is that something for later?
Oh,
That'll be something for later. I'll figure out. First of all, I'll figure out where my PDF for Rain went, and it's
good
not.
news, everyone! The Warrens backs onto the sea.
Yep.
All right. So we got one more company to roll.
Yep.
Thanks to our new addition of Joe.
Thanks, Joseph.
And out of
Sorry.
5 10s, he's rolled 10 10s. Oh, wait.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
It's amazing.
Inconceivable.
All right. So Joe, go ahead and roll us 5d10, and so that way we know what random attributes your company starts with.
Right, alright, let's roll some dice here. If it's gonna let me.
Flip that crack house beachfront property edition. Nice.
I'm trying to figure out what's going to unify all of our activities, like how we're actually
Lots of.
together.
All the loans that we all have from each other.
Oh yeah.
We control the
marriages.
money.
Everyone owes somebody else, and everyone owns everyone else's psychotic murder hobos.
There are
Yes, Dice Stream, you have my permission to start.
3 other companies in Ptolus that have a bigger influence on the money and banking system, and between the 7 or 8 companies we got here, we could just muscle in there and take all the money for ourselves.
All right. Thanks, Ray, for joining us.
And independence
Yeah,
is
all right.
close at hand.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, Ray.
Bye, Ray.
Bye.
Enjoy Perth.
Oh my god.
Poor guy.
Why are you doing it to that guy?
We use each other for money laundering.
So Joseph, you're the new Ray. How's it feel?
Well, I live in Philadelphia, so I guess comparatively you'd say I live in Los Angeles.
Ray is dead.
what?
Long live Ray.
Well, it's across the continent.
Oh,
So-
okay, I see. Yeah.
As soon as I get Dice Stream set up, I'll roll those dice.
It's a shell game where anytime one of us gets a bunch of illicit money, we move it into someone else's gold chests so that when the authorities inspect us, we don't have anything that they can point to. And then our friends distribute it to all the other companies, which slowly accumulates back minus the percentages off the other companies into whoever got it in the first place.
And no one knows whose money's is whose.
Who's the druid? Just curious.
I am. Jeb.
Jeb.
Yeah.
Jeb.
Me. The
Yes.
companion cube.
Well, the real question is I'm the Brotherhood of Redemption. How do I fit into everybody else?
You
Does everybody
provide
come
us-
to me for penance because they feel guilty for all their
No,
crime?
we are the work probation people that you farm out your people to.
Yeah, maybe all those murder hobos we own came from.
Well, also I did roll advantageous marriage, so somebody is going to be married to somebody.
Do you want to be married? Is that what you're saying? You're proposing to me, Greg?
I
No.
think that one also
Well, I think it's
covers
supposed to be an NPC as well.
That's a
like
pretty...
a
Oh, no,
friend
it-
who had
it
a
is
We should all be married.
I got All right, so I finally rolled my dice.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! I got 5, 2, 6, 4, and 8. Now, do we arrange these however we want in the?
No.
They each mean something.
So
Okay.
put them in either an ascending or descending order. It makes it easier for me.
Right.
And get ready to take some notes to put on your range sheet later.
Right. I'll put it in descending order.
Okay.
He rolled an 8 again.
And a 5.
And 6.
Oh god. So many cancels.
We have so many loans.
There's nothing wrong with a few loans.
Yet I'm the only one with any might.
I mean, we can all put points into might.
That's true.
I think I'm actually going to leave that one blank.
Or you can just call on your horde of murder hobos.
I mean, I do have a horde of murder hobos.
Same. Just give myself 2 sovereignty.
Okay, so what's the descending order?
It's 8, 6, 5, 4, and 2.
Fantastic.
A marriage.
So you have access to land next to the ocean. So in the sense of Ptolus, you have friends in the docks district.
We're
You
all
have a
the docks.
No, you guys all have warehouses in the docks district. That's what it is.
Nice.
So you get +1 territory.
Alright.
6, you have an underappreciated but scrappy officer who will take charge when all seems doomed and save the day, only to lose his life in the process. So essentially you have Aiden Coulson from the Avengers, and gives your company the aspect, or the asset, unexpected deliverance. So... and then 5, murderous thugs with no moral center. So for whatever reason, you have a gang of, for lack of a better word, evildoers perform their wicked acts on your behalf. Who are these scum? How'd you wind up holding their leash? Your company also has the asset Sinister Operatives.
I like to think of it as, AA, only for evil.
Well,
I like to think of it as sometime
Anarchist Anonymous?
pre-campaign starting. Whatever major mercenary corporation there was in Ptolus just fell apart.
And we picked up all of their friends.
Like we're post Ground Zero's Metal Gear.
Wow.
Everyone picked up what little bit of MSF they could.
maybe they all just have sick kids at home, and this is the only way they know how to make money.
So wait, what was after 5?
4.
4.
No, was it 4? Yeah. It was
Yes,
4.
it was 4.
There's a 4 and a 2.
Okay,
Yep.
so you have an exotic crop, so you have the unbalanced economy asset. And then 2, you have advantageous marriage. So someone in your company, preferably a PC, recently made a high-profile and popular marriage with someone involved in another company. The 2 companies haven't quite joined, but they're now close enough to peer in on one another's windows. So you have an entangling alliance asset. So that's been a very popular role today.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we got lots of marriages up in here.
So,
Everyone's married.
one of you gentlemen is going to be an in-law, I see.
Or we could be married to you. You know.
That's also possible. Why
I'm
not?
I mean, Ptolus is cosmopolitan enough; it can be really socially progressive. It'll be fine.
Right.
So beyond those things, you have to have at least 1 point in sovereignty in order to have a company. Again, if sovereignty hits 0, your company dissolves. And so you get 2 more points to spend on the 5 attributes as you see fit. So,
So I start out with a point in sovereignty,
yes.
and I've got 2 points left over.
Yes, so
To
you,
spend
and you
on all
got
5. And I have 1 in territory already.
Yeah.
Right. How should I work this?
And I have no idea what my company does to make money.
Shh. It's fine.
Because we have
That-
loans, but like,
That's what we do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Very competitive rates.
Yeah.
You're just
We have
banking off
to.
that arrangement.
Everyone has a loan store.
Maybe we pay ourselves a hefty salary for
Druid has a
earning our
nice civic
company's money.
theater. Thank you very much.
ooh, the Druid. Oh yeah, you run a theater. Oh man, I wish I knew that.
Druid theater.
I just your hordes of murder hobos left each night, and next day came back with money.
Yep.
So, is a druid-centric theater, is that like an animal-friendly circus? I don't know.
It's like Roar, only not everyone dies.
Because there's a druid there to take charge.
Because they are the druids.
Right.
Ooh, or it's like you ensorcel animals to speak, and they do slam poetry.
Also works.
I think I'll give myself a point in treasure and then another point in sovereignty so that my minions aren't on the point of revolt.
There you go.
That's good.
Okay, so
Give myself another point in.
all right. So now that we've got an idea of people's characters, we've got a starting point on companies. Does anyone have any questions about the setting or what might be expected or how things might be handled in game? And again, I put in the Living Ptolus introduction write-up. If you guys decide that you want to consolidate your companies, we can do that to a certain degree. But in terms of like between game actions, it'll be on you guys to communicate. Like if one person was in the session but the other doesn't, you guys still have to have a consensus or an agreement on an action. Otherwise, it's just going to be you guys spent your time arguing and no action occurs.
We could basically control the entire docks district.
Oh my goodness. The
Well,
end of campaign goal is to merge all of our companies into an oligopoly that runs the city. We control all the money.
Well, there are worse calls.
Yeah,
You
that's
could
one.
do that, yeah, but like, you know.
You've got a druid that's wanting to make the city more eco-friendly. You've got, I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
No, less eco-friendly. He's a really bad druid.
No. Or you could like go full on urban druid. It's like, nah, we need more waste. Vermin need places to thrive.
Oh god. In the docks too. Oh god. All the wharf rats. Literally.
Some of them sing and have monkeys.
You have Wilson Fisk, the paladin of the Warrens.
Oh, God.
Paladin Fisk.
Yeah.
Sir Fisk. Mm.
Yeah. Except isn't he now played by John Goodman? Isn't that what was decided?
I think that's what we agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
What is the cap on players per episode?
I'm going to set that at a soft 5 right now.
5? Sounds good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sometimes I might say, nah, I only need 4 for this one, or other ones like, you know what, 6 will work. Mostly I'm going to probably try to get a little bit more comfortable with running D&D in general in 5th ed. Got pretty good at it in 4th, but it's just feeling a little anxious about it.
It's fine. It's fine.
So on that is kind of the last point of discussion that I had a couple people email me is that what do we want to set our level X to be? So,
Well, for heads of
E,
companies,
preferably.
would be kind of established.
Yeah, I'd
right.
say around 3 would be good, because then we have
3 or
all our
3
major
or
classes.
4.
We don't want to do 5?
We could do 5. I don't know. I don't care.
5 is only a quarter of the levels up.
I mean, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, man, that's fine with me.
All right, so yeah,
That
let's
works.
go ahead and call it 5 then.
Okay.
All right. 5.
And there are rules somewhere in the actual books about starting characters at higher levels and wealth and things, and pretty sure it's D&D.
And
I think the equipment chapter has it.
These rules for multi-classing too, right?
yeah,
If we want to allow it.
multi-classing's page 163.
And beyond first level is a tab on page 15.
Yeah. 5th level is when your proficiency bonus first goes up.
Yep.
And I guess you'll have to check your. You'll have to
Your hit
check
dice.
your specific class to see what.
The stuff you have.
Yeah.
So is anyone a bard yet?
No.
Nope, no bards.
One of my potential other concepts was a bard. But no, right now I'm a sorcerer. I'd be happy to switch though. No matter.
Oh, we could be sorcerer bros though.
Yo, you could be Team Sorcel.
Oh God.
You could like fist bump and sparks will come off.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Cell staffs.
Wow. I like this campaign already, guys. Just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I get to be a part of it.
I get wild shape.
Cell staff means something entirely different in the Docks District.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Well, no one seems to be managing prostitution yet.
I mean, I'm.
Hey, I've got it under control. I can quit anytime I want.
I don't think I want to go that way for my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we using feats? Or no other optional rules?
I'm okay with multi-classing as an optional rule. I want to play it without feats to see how it does.
That's fine.
I guess
Are
we'll just do
we
the characters
playing,
with ourselves and email them
bonds?
to you.
Multiple people talking at once.
Sorry.
So
Are we playing with inspiration and bonds?
inspiration, yes, because I plan to use, like, if you earn inspiration and you can't spend it that session, you could use it as kind of like a temporary bonus on company actions. I forget what are bonds specifically.
Flaws and bonds are personality traits that you're supposed to tap to get inspiration back.
Then yes, obviously. I figured. Well, yes.
It'd be really awkward if we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Well, you could just throw inspiration points out at any other point if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fate points.
I mean, they are attached to backgrounds, and backgrounds provide extra proficiencies.
Extra proficiencies and little one-off.
I mean, if you
minor
don't
abilities.
want us to play with the proficiencies and whatever the one extra piece of equipment is that comes from having a background, we could just take the background without the bonuses and use that to pick our bonds.
No, go ahead and use the full set. It'll help flesh out more, and don't worry about doing it randomly. Just kind of look through and figure out which ones are best suited for what your character concepts are. Well, if you want your, just do something that makes sense. I trust you guys to not min-max the hell out of this campaign. Famous last words.
I mean, it's hard
Could
to
I-
min-max in 5th ed.
Right.
No, short of breaking the system, but yeah.
Could I get a quick poll on alignment so that I don't wind up, the guy who has to take a quick smoke break when knees are being broken or what have you?
Well, I'm not going to be like lawful
Did-
good or whatever, but I'm not going to be
I guess the advice here is don't be lawful good.
But I'm not going to be like super evil either. I'm going to be like neo-pragmatist or whatever.
I'll probably just be neutral.
Neutral.
I think all of us fall into the neutral
Yeah, like
category.
probably having something along the neutral axis, just not neutral evil.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm feeling maybe lawful evil.
Lawful evil is an entirely doable thing. It's just, again, in Ptolus, like being evil runs a risk that the setting might push back.
Kill you? Yeah.
So
Hey, there's
a whole
nothing wrong
charge of
with being
murder people.
and so, oh, okay. I finally found the chart I was looking for. Starting
Yay.
equipment for starting at higher level. I'm given the presumptions of Ptolus. I'm calling it High Magic Campaign.
Okay.
So following the chart. So let's start with 750 gold, 1 uncommon magic item, and normal starting equipment.
750 gold, 1 uncommon magic item. Let me write that down.
Yep.
Okay. That's doable.
Are we using material components for spells?
I will say that that the fact that you have companies means that you have the material components you need on hand.
They have them in like the company like supply closet with the office supplies. So it's like bat guano and paper clips.
Some of them are pretty crazy, like, you need
We
a diamond
do.
worth 25 gold pieces.
We have material components, but someone has an undefined exotic crop. So, hey,
Yes.
magic users have material component needs.
It could be hair
Okay.
for my big business.
It could be, yeah.
If you have a monopoly on unicorn tears, there's a market for that.
I like the idea that there's a monopoly on unicorn tears. Just like one like really fat, angry old man.
Yeah, because there's only one unicorn.
It's a very depressed unicorn, so you have to control the supply.
Yeah. Well,
Elaborate subplots about trying to steal that unicorn.
Well, and if it is unicorn tears and it's only the one unicorn, you keep setting it up like with, virgins for it to fall in love with and then wrecking the relationship. And so that's a long-term process. It's naturally self-limiting.
Sparkles
we've
usually
been
is
trying
manic.
to breed it with Pegasi for 500 years, but every one of the stupid foals is sterile.
Oh, sterile pegacorns.
Oh, wah wah.
To make sure they're sterile before they leave.
Okay. So, do we have any other questions or concerns? I was just wanting to make sure that we got a chance to kind of talk it out, kind of get an idea of how there's going to be some kind of cohesion amongst at least as many people as we can get together.
So the setting is like apparently anti-Eldritch magic or anti-arcane magic.
The Empire is, Ptolus is not. There's a setting history component where arcane casters were suffering under a religious inquisition of the main Church of Lothian. And as such, Ptolus being as far remote out in the Empire as it was, they established the Inverted Pyramid Guild as a way to keep spellcasters safe. So, floating above the city is a gigantic, invisible, upside-down pyramid.
Oh,
Like you do.
That
Like
sounds
you do.
like a plot point.
what color is it?
It's a little bit Dragon Age-y.
I guess I've never played Dragon Age.
The general society doesn't like mages and keeps them corralled because mages are dangerous, but there's a couple of elements of specific geographic locations that pop up throughout the series that are like, no, we don't want to we don't want to tie up all our mages in a tower.
Kind of, I guess, but it's more like Ptolus is one of those cities like we are adventuring headquarters because adventurers go underneath the city and bring back treasures, lost history, and things that we want. The spire that is next, that is the defining feature of the city, was actually due to an evil wizard lich guy that did such heinous things that the land itself shunted his castle as far away from it as possible.
I think didn't the Church of the Player's Guide indicated that the Church of Lothian eventually rescinded that edict.
Yes, so it's not. So it's a historical component that. So some people might be suspicious of you being an arcane caster because prejudices die hard, but in the Empire at large. But in Ptolus, it's like, holy shit, there's a wizard flying above the city streets again. Hopefully the fucker doesn't drop his litter.
It's a post-Inquisition era.
You're saying if we can get enough evil wizards together, we have an economically low-cost way to deliver goods to orbit.
Should we start like Wizard Uber?
No, because
You have to be really evil.
all that will do is just create a whole bunch of little rock needles into the sky. I don't know how that's going to be economically viable.
Payload on top of it.
We'll start a Kickstarter. It'll work
Wizard
great.
Uber. I would like a ride, and a wizard
You
comes
get
by,
a big enough
flies,
rock,
exploding
and
disc.
you angle the spire in such a way that it throws it at your enemies, and then you take bids on who you point the rock at.
But then the spire stays there. So now you've just wrecked your warehouse.
We
I
can
really
buy
just
another
want
warehouse.
Then you gotta
despite fantasy setting, there are a finite number of warehouses.
Well, if Ptolus goes
And you're-
independent, we can just point spire-flung rocks at land we won, and then march in.
Well, if a bunch of people are loan sharks, it could be an insurance scam.
It's all part of a Ponzi scheme. See, hey, we wipe out all the warehouses. We'll have the only warehouses in town.
Oh God, we're magical
That's
Madoff.
not how a Ponzi scheme works.
No, but that's the only scheme I could think of off the top of my head.
Is your character's name going to be Ponzi, the schemer?
That'd be great. I might go with that. And it seemed like pyramid schemes already be taken care of by the wizards.
Ha!
No, those are inverted pyramid schemes.
Yes. No matter which direction it is, it's still a pyramid.
I guess.
How does
It's
an
just a bunch of-
inverted pyramid scheme work?
Oh,
Is the
that-
money flowing to the bottom, or is there just
Yeah.
one really rich guy at the bottom sending money up?
Poorly is how
it's
Poorly.
it's socialism.
Ooh,
As
socialism?
some people might define it.
Anyway. So, yeah.
All right. I apologize for throwing that out there.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so
It's the RPPR crowd. I don't think we'll be offended.
As a socialist, I am highly offended.
I'm sorry, socialist. My joke was in good humor.
As a turn-of-the-century Marxist, I'm very confused as to what this machine is.
Appropriate reaction.
As a narco syndicate.
Century Prussian agriculturalist, I'm dying of dysentery.
You and everyone else, you're not special.
All right, I'm looking over Warlock.
See, I
and
don't
I'm
think they're any more
kind of
questions.
not enthusiastic.
well, if you're wanting to, oh my gosh, you're trying to liberate the city and create like the people's movement. and all the while you actually owe your soul to some kind of extraplanar power.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at it, because it'd be kind of an interesting
Hashtag political commentary.
sold my soul to the devil to free LA from America or whatever. And all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Oh dear. Silence.
Yeah, just looking over class stuff.
I really just don't think this is a...
So I did do the background when I originally created my character, and I was like, ooh, nobility, that sounds like fun. That sounds like that gets you in political shenanigans. And if you guys are really like in on the, the whole money laundering scheme, that technically official group might be the way you launder that money.
Hey, rubber stamps are my favorite kind of stamps.
It's like, oh no, this is just family wealth, and now I'm giving it to
Well, I
local
mean, I'm glad-
non-profits.
How did I know what... Yes. Like this...
You are breaking up terribly.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Echo.
Environmental non-profit that we know. That plants in town.
Comrade, your socialist network is down.
Yes.
My family's so
Really?
connected that we don't believe in the government anymore. I'm giving all this money to NGOs.
That's right.
Don't ask where it comes from.
Okay.
My money's definitely not coming from different NGOs.
Oh, we lost Vince.
Vince, come back.
So, what business is there left here?
I have achieved what I needed to, as far as making sure that we had a chance to sit down and talk, kind of go over, get some companies rolling. So my next step doesn't need to happen on camera, but as your company and your characters are done, email them to me so that way I can set up you guys a folder in the PC's drive, or in the PC folder.
Sounds
and
good.
that way you guys have access to it, and that way I can see it, and that hopefully I have it set up so that if you have notes or things that you need to tell me, or if we need to keep a log as to what's going on or what your companies are trying to do, setting it up that way allows for us to stay in constant communication with having to search through piles and piles of emails.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, yep. I think it's going to take me a little longer than just this conversation to finish editing up my character, so...
Right, that's what I'm like. Unless anyone else has any questions that they have right now, I'd say that we can call it good. Get your characters done, get your companies kind of statted up now, that because I felt that giving you the randomness would also kind of give you a place as to where you're starting and trying to achieve your larger goals. And so that also, based on this conversation, I feel like the docks is probably going to be where a lot of the initial adventures are going to take place. And so the other people that are wanting to join in, I can just kind of give them a rough idea as to what else is going on, and then I'll talk with Ross about scheduling the next game. Pretty certain that as long as I'm willing to run this campaign, I'm going to have one of the 3 slots every month to make sure. And also, I'm going to try to keep it at 1. I might do a second one if Ross is needing an extra slot filled, but mostly I'm concerned about too many people, too many company actions, and not enough time to get them resolved between sessions.
Understandable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Again, like I said, I want everyone to participate. I kind of want the city to change, kind of as a representation of the transition from 3-5 into 5th. The city's going to be different. You guys are going to decide how the city's going to be different.
Sounds good.
So I'm good if you guys are, and I say we can call it here.
Okay.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
I have 45 hit points. Go me.
Can't wait to hear this campaign when it gets posted in 2018.
Right.
Yes.
Like every damn game.
Will be posted to the Patreon feed, so it'll be fairly quick.
Yep. And I might talk to Ross about opening this one up pretty early, just so that way the other people wanting to be in the campaign can kind of hear what has already been said. So.
That's fair.
I think this is a compelling enough story that they could put us on Tabletop Tales.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
God, especially with our random rolls.
Right.
Everyone lives on the coast.
Everyone's in the docks district.
Everyone's
We're gonna
in
hope
the
we
docks.
don't
Everyone's
know.
married. Everyone has murder hobo friends.
So it's episode 2, and I can't really understand which company is which, because it sounds like everyone has the exact same qualities to each other. They all have money, and they all live on the docks for some reason, and half of them are married.
The rest grow questionable materials?
There's this lone druid in
There's
the
a
park.
bunch of
No one hangs out with
They
him.
keep making jokes about the guys who are going to take one for the team. I don't really get it because we never say
No.
character names.
According to that entry, the PCs have to willingly not acknowledge his ultimate fate.
Oh, no, the PCs won't.
No, the NPC will just cleverly mention, man, one day this job's going to kill me.
Every time we have inter-party meetings, all of us are going to bring our red shirt.
Well, I mean, if he's really is a capable and accomplished lieutenant willing to sacrifice himself for the good of the company, you really want him to be informed.
We are going to make Dan voice all 3 of them differently.
They're all going to talk about their
that's
retirement,
cool.
families, and their loved ones back home.
No,
And
here's what it's going to be. Since you're all in the docks, and this is probably where they'll live, they're all Gripply, so now you'll feel
Oh, no.
when they die.
Yes!
Anything but the Gripply.
I'm playing true neutral. I won't feel one way or the other.
Tell my wife I said hello.
Hello.
What drives a man to neutrality? Are they born with hearts full of neutral?
All right, so
Are we off air yet? Are we?
yeah.
Oh, not yet.
So join us next time, guys.
Good night.